Hey, it's Brianna, your entrepreneur with no job, but I do have a dream and this is my journey. I'm doing an update video for you, but since my new approach to YouTube is having it not be a priority, I'm going to just get ready while I do it. It's kind of hot in here, so I'm gonna open this. Just have to be quiet because my son's sleeping. So I have been here in St. Louis for almost a month and a lot has changed. So I was I've spent a lot of time in the last couple months preparing to move, and now I finally moved and I'm just at a place where I'm ready to be back on track. But it can be so hard to refocus, and I've had even when I wasn't getting ready to move, there would be times where I just kind of lose focus. So today I want to talk to you about the things that I've done to get my mind right, because I really feel like I'm in a focused place. And I think there were some specific phases that went into that. But the first thing I think I need to share is an update on my house. So if you are a subscriber to my channel, you saw the video, or you were notified about the video about my house and how it was a real motivation. So some background on who I am and what this channel is. I am an entrepreneur, and this channel is about my journey to finding a business. But at this point, I don't really have a business except for Mary Kay, but even that is very new, and I'm still trying to figure out how to make that work. So I moved to St. Louis as my husband got out of the Army, and we didn't get to shop for the house. My mother-in-law shopped for the house. I got here, really didn't like it, and couldn't really get out of it. So I felt like it was a motivator to work hard so I could move out. Well, that's initial dissatisfaction just proliferated and got a lot worse, and I was stressed to the point where I just didn't want to shower here. I'd shower at the gym. And then I stopped wanting to use the bathroom here. And at that point, when I was holding it to use the bathroom at a public place, I was okay, I need professional help. So then I went and saw a counselor, which if anybody's military out there, I call military one source. They connected me with a counselor, and I was able to go see her for the next day, free of charge to me. And even though we're out of the Army, I still have access to that service for another year. Anyway, saw a counselor, talks about everything, and ever since then, my anxiety has been very minimal. I didn't realize stress could manifest in such a specific way as being unhappy with my house. But that's definitely what happened. I've gone through a lot of change, and I didn't really acknowledge that, nor did I anticipate the feeling of not being able to just feel right for so long. So that's the first thing that I think is really important to being able to get myself right. I think you really have to make sure that you have harmony in your relationships and harmony within yourself before you can really focus on creating a business or pursuing something new in your life. So there's that. The first thing that I did, I feel, to get my mind right was to eliminate distractions. So to eliminate distractions, of course, if walking around your house and everything triggers you, that's a distraction. So going to the counselor is definitely a step in eliminating distractions. I made a list, I'm trying to find it. And then last week I went out of town. My mom was in hospital, so I drove down to where she is a couple of hours. So I had all this time where I was just focused on driving, and same going back. So during those times I was able to do a lot of thinking, a lot of listening. I also cut back on YouTube because YouTube, I just felt it's not really it's not in the right. Okay, so I enjoy YouTube because I'm a creative person. I like the opportunity to create by having this platform and something that I'm kind of working toward. But I need to have a job, so YouTube was definitely not in accordance with my goals, because I'm not gonna make money off YouTube anytime soon. Unless I'm crazy. I shouldn't say I'm not, but I'm not, that's not part of my plan. My plan is right now, like this week, I expect to make money off Mary Kay. In the next 3 months, I expect to make money off my ebooks. Maybe in the next 6 months, make money off my blog, and like all those things compound. And then maybe 18 months down the road, I would expect some sort of contribution from YouTube. But that's not now. So I took that off my plate and immediately felt more free to focus on the things that I need to focus on. So you really can't have too many priorities, because nothing is a priority then, because you can't give premium attention to everything. So that was number one. I had a friend that I cut out because that relationship just wasn't helping me. Like, we were closer when I lived in North Carolina, but here it was just a distraction. So that's done. And then there are some things like, sometimes you have this sense that you need to do a lot of things, so you kind of just feel overwhelmed. Well, I just sat down and like actually figured out the things I need to do, the things I needed to buy, and I did them. So number two, I started consuming supportive content. So the first thing I typically do when I feel like I don't have control over my mind is listen to The Secret. And I don't know if I'm, like, I believe in the law of attraction, but I don't think I'm like a huge law of attraction person, because I'm just not. I mean, I believe in it, but I suppose since I have other goals, I'm more concerned with like getting my mind to a place where I can carry out the actions, have confidence in doing what I think I should be doing to pursue my goals, as opposed to just like focusing on getting it and then seeing what happens, which I think is good too, but that's just not where I'm at. So I start with that. Then I listen to some podcasts and interviews, the Passionate Few, the YouTube channel, and a podcast that I really like, and it's always inspirational because they talk to people who have made themselves, like gone from zero to millionaires. And I just find that inspiring, because these people are not like child prodigies, they're not geniuses. They're people who decided and stuck to it, and then they did it. And they typically all kind of have something in common, where they believed in themselves and they didn't give up. Like, they didn't cut corners, they weren't lazy. They did the work and they got the results. There's also a channel called VYBO, and there's a particular video I usually start with called Think and Grow Rich, I think. It's got like Jay-Z on the thumbnail, and it's basically a condensed version of Think and Grow Rich, and it's narrated by Earl Nightingale, very nice voice. So I really enjoy that. And then of course, once you start watching those videos, they just like branch off into other videos. So then I'm like, okay, I'm hearing the same message, I'm hearing it from different people, and then I'm like becoming more and more convinced, okay, I need to decide what I want, I need to commit to doing whatever. And that step is always hard for me, because I'm like, how do I know if this is what works? But then I believe that my diligence will pay off, period. And I've noticed my plan has changed a lot throughout this process, and that's okay. I think as long as we're working and believe we're entitled to success, we will become successful. Then there's also like some Tony Robbins videos that I like. I mean, there's so many things. I can't just really name those. The Secret, Think and Grow Rich, VYBO, Passionate Few, Tony Robbins. Like, there are so many others. I also listen to a master class with Oprah. But either way, consuming content that's going to feed my mind is always part of the process of getting my mind right. And then number three, I think it's just basically figuring out the bottom line, like figuring out my whys. Bottom line is, my husband's last day getting paid from the Army was Saturday. So, yeah, we got some money, but I want to do better than just paying the bills with our savings account. I want to do better than that. I want to continue to have like livelihood. So as I really considered that and considered the fact that I don't have an excuse not to work anymore, because a lot of military spouses don't work, but I'm not a military spouse anymore, and I'm inspired, motivated, intelligent, talented, dedicated. So that like and healthy. There's no reason I shouldn't be able to make money. So from there, I was like, okay, I gotta find a way to make money. I've been tempted to get a job too. Like I've inquired a few times. I had a conversation with somebody at Northwestern Mutual a couple weeks ago, because my rep is with Northwestern Mutual, and I talked to the recruiter, and then I was like, I mean, if I work full time, they only have full time positions. If I work full time, I'm not gonna make progress on like these other endeavors that I'm trying to do. Like I'm not gonna be able to grow my brand and work on work on Mary Kay and writing like I want to, along with taking care of my child and my family. So it's just not really an option, but it's tempting. It's like I can give a lot, like give up all that to make some money to solve a short-term problem. I mean, money is always a problem, but to solve the problem now, but I'm still gonna have that problem of like wanting to be more than an employee. So I'm gonna have to suck it up and just do my best now. I feel like it's time to like legitimize who I am as a professional, who I am as an entrepreneur and as a partner, because people don't understand why a college educated woman with one child might not be working. And my husband's not working either. Like he's working on it, but it's taken a while he's gonna work at a place that he used to work. So they're gonna hire him, but they still have to go through the hiring process, and that's taken a while. But there's no reason it should be all on him now. Like we're not in a situation where I don't have any earning potential. I do, so I need to go out and earn, and that's the bottom line. Once I really came to terms with that, it was like, okay, now what do we gotta do? So since then I've been in like action mode, and I've just been focused on how to get to a place to make the money. So some things I've done, I'd mentioned starting a YouTube channel. I keep saying YouTube. Starting a Facebook group for my Mary Kay, and that's pretty standard. If you sell something, you have a Facebook group, but I have bigger ambitions for it. Like I have a different vision than just like adding my customers and showing them new products. So I bought the things that I need, which is a ring light and a backdrop. I bought a vanity. The group is called Mary Kay on the Vanity. So I bought a vanity a few weeks ago, but I don't really have a place to put it. So that's like on my agenda this week. Put the vanity together, find a place, like set that scene so I can get started. But even before that, I need to go ahead and start making my videos. I've been working on adding content to the group, and then my plan is Friday, invite, like announce. My friend was like, why do people announce things on Facebook? Like, I get her complaint, but at the same time, you kind of gotta let people know if you want them to be a part of your life. So I'm gonna announce it and invite people to join, but I already want to have content because I want them to know it's not just a direct sales Facebook group. It's more than that. So I guess I want to be a brand ambassador, an influencer, as opposed to just like an independent beauty consultant. So I'm doing that. I have reached out to a few people to see if they would like to do facials, because I just have to get started. I found it so easy in North Carolina, but I've been just getting back into that old fear and the old habit and state of mind of just like ineffectiveness and lack of control. And I'm just fighting against that. In terms of my ebook, I also listen to a lot about that, because if I want to be successful in something, I have to be very educated about it. So watched a lot of videos about ebooks, read some articles and blogs and stuff, and so I've decided like some other actions to take there. and I just spend time writing. I think for my blog, it's about being consistent and creating authentic content. I don't really know what the trajectory for that is. Like, I don't really know like what happens next. I do have a blog coach. I have one call left with her. But I just don't really know what my plan is. These other two things, Mary Kay and the ebook, are like more imminent. So I'm focused on that. Anyway, so that's where I am. I think we all get to a place where we just feel like, okay, what are my goals? Same with like diet and exercise, where you kind of realize like you want something and your life does not show that, but you can't really get your desire in alignment with your actions. So those are the steps that I take to get there, kind of like the process that happens to get me to a place where I can actually achieve or work toward the goals that I have. Same with my diet. So I'm switching to intermittent fasting to give it a real try, because I have a friend that does it and she really liked it. Now, of course, I have like a few more pounds to lose of baby weight. Today, I finally weighed under my pre-pregnancy weight, but my body's still not quite where it was pre-pregnancy. So that's not as much of a motivation as is just the desire to be in control. Before I got married, I felt like I was really in control of my diet, and I really liked being committed and believing in what I was doing, having a pattern. And that's what I want back. So that's what the point of this is. But it's easy to get my intentions lost. So I did a 3-day fast last week. My friends tell me what to do. I did a 3-day fast last week. And of course, anytime you don't eat or anytime I don't eat, I get obsessed with food. So I made a meal plan and all that. And then I broke the fast on Wednesday. So I did 3 days with just distilled water, lemon, and honey, like as much as I wanted. And then I broke it on Wednesday, which is interesting because I also started, we've been weaning my son at night. And so by Wednesday I had no milk. Like, he was nursing during the day and couldn't get any milk. So it was good that I got to break it so that I could provide that. But anyway, so I did good for a few days, and then now I'm back like breaking the fast too early, and because I need to eat like one meal for 1 hour and then 6 hours later, I guess, or however many, that'll help me get through the rest of the day, eat again for 1 hour. But I've been hungry in between those times and eating, and I just need to come to terms with the fact that I need to sit down, make a grocery list, go buy the groceries, cook the food, and then get that set up. So that's another thing I don't have to worry about. Just like all of this is about getting to the place where I'm building instead of like getting to the starting line. That's what I'm feeling. Anyway, I think technically I should keep talking until my makeup is done, but that's not the point, is it? The point was to give you information. So I think I've given that. And I'm gonna go ahead and finish my makeup, and I guess it's time to eat. Probably time to wake my kid up too. All right. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps you if you're in a place where you feel like you need to refocus, because it's within us. It doesn't have to take an external force to bring us to the starting line. You can do it on your own. Okay, that's a word. All right, have a good day and be productive.